Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of where they went above and beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samalin. I'm the principal of Samalin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, law firms, and their clients. And let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Shane Sullivan. He is with J. Lee Law in Fort Lee, New Jersey, focusing on personal injury law. Welcome, Shane.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Great. So, Shane, tell us about yourself. Tell us how you came to your profession.
So I'd always known I wanted to be an attorney, but out of law school, I got a job clerking for a judge in Bergen County who was what we call a settlement judge. And I got to see on a day-to-day basis, personal injury attorneys coming in there, settling cases. And I knew at that moment that that's what I wanted to do. Now, I didn't know beyond that what personal injury entailed, but my job after that, I got a pretty good experience with it. And then I ended up at J. Lee Law, where I've been for the last 8 years. And I wouldn't do anything else in the world.
And your focus is on personal injury. What brought you to that focus?
I had started out at my first job doing defense against personal injury attorneys, and I wasn't excited with it as much. I saw what the attorneys on the other side were doing, how it was a little different from the defense side, and once I got the first opportunity, I took it, and I've never looked back.
Got it. And in our setup to this earlier today, we chatted about a particular story that you wanted to share. Do you want to share that with everyone now?
Yes. So it actually happened last week. I received a call late in the night, about 8 o'clock at night, from a potential client in Connecticut. Now we're in New Jersey. But she had a pretty traumatic slip and fall, and she couldn't come and see our firm, and she didn't feel comfortable with me explaining the process through emails or a Zoom call. So I drove 3 hours to go meet her. I spent a couple hours with her, walking her through the process, answering any of her questions, because a lot of times, our clients, they don't have the capabilities of getting to the office. Either they lost their car or they're injured. So I like to go out of my way to go meet with them and to actually explain the entire process of a personal injury case, because for a lot of them, this is their first time. They're not attorneys. They have no experience with this. So this is, it's like learning a foreign language. So I answered all of her questions, and then I helped set her up with treating providers that she needed, because she was new to Connecticut, I found out in that meeting. And I generally do that with all of my clients. And I gave her my cell phone as well, so that, if they have any questions, they have any concerns, they don't have to call the office and wait for me to get back to them. They can directly call me. And I tell them, anytime, even on the weekends, just try not to do it in the middle of the night.
Right. And how did the case resolve itself, or what was your takeaway from that process?
The case is pretty new. Ultimately, I think it's going to be very successful. She's already happy with the treating providers that she's seeing, and she's happy with the overall process. And she's called me a couple times, but I've been able to answer her questions, and it's been pretty smooth thus far.
Got it. And way back in the day when you were working with that judge, what was your takeaway from a judge who, obviously focuses on settlements? What was your takeaway on that? And how did that inform your career going forward?
Well, I found one that I liked let's say the banter, the engagement in a settlement discussion. I found it more personal than, and I've tried a lot of cases. I'm a certified civil trial attorney in New Jersey. But I find settlement discussions to be more fruitful as a whole, but also more there's more enjoyment for me, at least, in there, because it's a one-on-one. and I have a better understanding of my adversary. And ultimately, because at the end of the day, it's not my money, it's the client's.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get the most that I can for that client. And I feel that if we can get a good settlement a good amount of money in settlement versus, it's always a gamble when you go to trial, and you don't know who's going to be on your jury, no matter how well you voir dire. And I like to make sure that the clients walk away with enough in their pocket that they're justly enriched. So.
Got it. So everyone, just so we know, this is the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast. Today, my special guest is Shane Sullivan. He is with the J. Lee Law Firm, J. Lee Law PC in Fort Lee, New Jersey, and they focus on personal injury law. Shane, so that people can get in touch with you, what's your phone number twice, please?
201-547-0026. 201-547-0026.
And you have a web address, folks can find you online?
Yes, it's, do you want me to provide that as well?
Please.
It's www.jleelaw.com.
Gotcha.
And
So everyone, again, this has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast. If you're an attorney or know one that might be appropriate for that, please reach out to us at success@samalinwealth.com. That's success@samalinwealth.com. My guest today, Shane Sullivan. Shane, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Have a nice day.